morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you live, guys. What is up? My name is Xuen. I'm here today to talk to you about a few things. One of them is an update on what has been going on with the channel, as well as some really cool stuff to come. And not only that, I want to talk about the new changes to Windwalker Monks in patch 6.0.2 and talk about my basic overview, what is changed mainly for us, and how I kind of perceive, all this information and how we're shaping up to be in Warlords of Draenor. Now, before we go into any of that stuff, I first want to mention that I am very sorry that I have not posted videos in quite a while. I know I've been saying that the past few days, but this time I do have a legitimate excuse rather than I'm just busy. If you guys actually saw the Good Gaming live stream, or you guys have been keeping up with my stream, I try to stream every single day, guys, pretty early in the morning, but I love to see when you guys, show up. I have so much fun streaming and hanging out with you guys. But it's really the only thing that I've been able to do because my feral druid, IRL, which is my cat, tended to chew through my external hard drive that housed my editing software and all the videos that I was working on, and it short-circuited. So as soon as I got that cable fixed, I realized that she short-circuited it when she cut through it with her teeth, and I lost all the data on that, and I've been waiting for a replacement because it was still under warranty, and I finally got it. So I'm back up and running. I had to download all the editing programs again and all the plugins and all that stuff, and it's been a very tedious process, but I'm back and I'm ready to go. Second thing is that I recently ordered some computer parts. Now, something that you guys probably have noticed is whenever I upload videos, there's these tiny little lag spikes, and to be honest, I've tried everythth and I've just come to the conclusion that a lot of my stuff is outdated. So I got a new processor. I got the new Intel 490K i7 490K processor. I heard it is beast for recording, rendering, and even just gameplay in general. So I got that. I got a new graphics card and a new motherboard because those are very outdated, and I got a little bit extra RAM. So those are due to arrive next week, so I'm not going to do super high quality edits until next week until that arrives. So I'm not going to be posting as many videos, but as soon as that stuff arrives next week, I'm going to have a consistent schedule of uploading videos. So I haven't really been able to do things because I've literally had about 30 gigs of space, and if you guys record like Fraps or any high-end recording software, those can take up a lot of space. So yeah, that's basically why I've been posting, why I haven't not been posting videos lately. But I'm really appreciative to anyone that is subscribed to the channel, anyone that is kept up to date, with my stream and all that stuff. I really appreciate, sticking with the channel and hanging out. I can't tell you how much that means. So moving on, let's start to talk about what monks are sort of shaping up to be in Warlords of Draenor. And before we get into that, let's first talk about if you guys have seen PvP or have actually been on the live servers and started a PvP, please note that all the numbers that you see are not really as they're supposed to be. Now, every pre-patch, Blizzard does this thing where they kind of buff the numbers to match level 100 or like the highest level. So all the numbers and all the damage that you're hitting for right now is basically as hard as you're gonna hit as soon as you get to level 100, give or take maybe 1 or 2k because of the stat difference with the gear once you hit to level 100. So it's not gonna be that much of a change. Now, we have a really low health pool right now, which is around 70k depending on what class you play, and once we're level 100, we're gonna have around 300 to 320k health pool in PvP. Now, so you just gotta add those numbers to the health pool. So right now, monks are not looking too good, but we're not bad. Now, recently, Blizzard highlighted one of my main concerns, which I'll be discussing later on in this video. Now, the two major concerns that I had going into Warlords of Draenor was that monks' defensives needed a little bit of tweaking on top of their damage. Now, we're a melee class. We usually have to go into there and get in their face, stun them, and burst. That's the monk class. Rogues still have that. A lot of other DPS that are melee still have that. Rets have it with their Hodge burst. They still have that high damage where you're like, oh shit, I gotta get out of there. Now, monks, we don't have that anymore. We just have a stun, but we don't do any burst. We do great consistent damage, but we do not have any burst. Now basically, By us being a melee class and having great consistent damage but no burst, basically is Blizzard sitting back in their chair and saying they're going to do great in PvE, but in PvP they're going to have 100% uptime on their target. And I don't really understand the thought process behind that. Blizzard is just weird like that, and they've always looked at PvE first. But basically that really frustrated me. Now recently Blizzard covered this, issue of mine with a hotfix that was implemented just a few hours ago, and that was we got basically a 20% flat out damage increase. Now this is a step in the right direction. I haven't done any number testing to see how much difference it made because I don't know if the hotfix is implemented yet, but that does cover one of our issues. And we were still doing decent damage and consistent damage, so if it was a 20% damage increase, I think we're sitting pretty good, and we're still probably going to be a little bit under some other classes, but we still are doing quite a bit of damage in the consistent category. Now, moving on to our defensives. Now, our defensives needed a definite tweak. Now, as you know, if you guys have played Windwalker Monks, or if you guys have versed Windwalker Monks, we are very squishy. Now, a lot of people might say, yeah, you're really, mobile and stuff like that, but we are extremely squishy. We're even more squishy than rogues, and people don't really realize how squishy we are. And this is the complexity that comes when playing monks in PvP. Yes, it's easy to DPS and go into rotation, but it is hard to survive. And now it is an increasingly difficult and very tedious process to survive now in Warlords of Draenor. Now, as it stands right now, they did nerf our defensives. Now, this is something that doesn't need too much of a tweak, but it definitely needs to change, hopefully in the future. If not, it is whatever. It's not gonna, really affect our arena gameplay, but it will definitely affect our BG gameplay and RBG gameplay. Now, basically our Surging Mist. Now, I do agree, and I've talked about this many times in my videos, is that I do agree with the change to Healing Spheres converging over to Surging Mist. Now, the reason for this is because monks were the only DPS hybrid class that had an ability that all the abilities that we had were instant cast and unkickable unless a class had a silence effect. Now that they removed all the silence effects out of the game, except for I think Shadow Priests, or Priests in general, and I forget what other class, Mage, you're able to still cast. Now, all the other classes, they had actually cast something. Now, I thought that was very unbalanced. Now, so that's why I agree that we needed something to be cast in order to be kicked, otherwise we would probably not be able to get killed. Now, they did implement that Surging Mist, but the thing is that if you compare it to other classes, and you add on top of that how squishy we are, it is nothing. Now, once we hit level 100, our Surging Mist will probably heal to like probably 5 to 8% of our total health. So you gotta add that to our dots, what our bleeds we have on us, how much we can actually get off at the time by lossing, and it's just a very tedious process, and it is very hard to spam heals. Now, I hope they just buff it a little bit. Now, Surging Mist doesn't need a huge buff, maybe like 4 or 5k more increased heals. And then it'll be a really good, heal, because on top of how squishy you are. Now, the thing that frustrates me the most, and the Surging Mist, besides that, I'm not upset about that. I'm not like super pissed. It's not gonna make or break us, so don't get the wrong idea. This is just minor changes, guys. Now, the other thing that was more on the upsetting side was the nerf to Touch of Karma. Now, if you guys know Touch of Karma, the main reasons why they nerfed it is because I'm pretty sure a lot of people were complaining about it, and if you actually come down and think of it, and the thing that's sad is, a lot of players that are not experienced in PvP, they make up the majority of, the say, and this is something that frustrates me about Blizzard, is they usually listen to the community over actually going through the numbers. Now, Touch of Karma is not OP at all. It is easy CC'd, it is easy kited, and it is easy to, you can dispel it. It's just overall a really easy talent to avoid. Now, this is something that Blizzard has, changed, and they nerfed it down to 50% health. So literally, if you see a monk pop Touch of Karma, even though it pains me to say this, you can DPS through it right now, because it absorbs probably around 30k health. And if you have above 30k health, you can burst through that without suffering any major consequence. Now, that's something that really frustrates me, because on top of us being really squishy and the Surging Mist change, The karma literally is gone between 1 to 2 seconds. If someone decides to DPS into it, if a lock has dots on me, it's gone within a second. You know, it's really frustrating. So we are on top of very squishy. Our karma is basically shit, and our defenses are completely, you know, broken. So hopefully they will fix that soon, because other than that, we were just absolute garbage in the defensive category. It feels like every time I PvP, I have to go in there and then punch them for 2 seconds, then immediately lost, because if I stay there too long, I'm gonna die, while they can just continue on the offensive. Now, again, these changes, these two major changes are not like you know, they're not gonna make or break us. We're still gonna be arena viable, we're still gonna be RBG viable, we're still gonna be BG viable. It's just, you know, that kind of thing that's kind of irking you, if you know what I mean. That you're just hoping, you're waking up every single day and you're like, I hope they change that. Luckily, they did give us a buff to damage. Hopefully they'll see that our defensives need work and buff us back in the defensive category. But basically, that is the main changes that I see Windwalker Monks going through. I'm really excited for the expansion nonetheless. I think we're still going to be absolutely arena viable. Thank you guys so much for, you know, waiting for the me to post videos and stuff like that. Again, there's going to be more videos within the week. If you guys want to tune into the stream, I try to stream every single day if I can, between around like 2 to 3 in the morning. And then I end the stream around like in the afternoon, around like 12 to 2 p.m. in the afternoon. You know, I love to stream, guys. I love to see you all there. I love to hang out with you guys. If you guys have any questions for me, it's best answered on the stream because I can answer you more directly, if that makes any sense. But a few shout outs. One of them is a shout out to Rashid. Thank you so much for running these twos with me. He's the hunter that I ran with in the background. Really fun twos, war games with you, bud. Had a lot of fun. Marks looks very strong, and I hope you are excited about the Marks changes going into WoD. And another person that I absolutely have to thank is that yesterday, Nothing EU on my stream donated to me $150. Now, when I first started streaming and doing YouTube, I never even dreamt of, you know, getting a donation, let alone, you know, a donation that big. And to be honest, all the donations that I get and have ever got, whether it be $1 to, you know, $50, it means the world to me. You know, Nothing EU went that extra mile and donates to me $150, and I still can't even, you know, process that in my mind. It means so much that someone thought that I was worth that much of their, you know, their time to, you know, just donate that much money, and that just meant the world to me. And I still don't really know what to think, but you know, I really like to see you guys in my stream, and I want to thank him again. It means a lot, and to anyone else that has donated to me in the past, it means the world. But yeah, guys, I hope to see you guys on stream. If you guys have any questions or you guys want to share a piece of your mind, feel free to drop a comment down below and tell me what you guys think about the new changes to Windwalker Monks. Is it for the better? Is it for the worst? Or is it just something that is, you know, kind of needed to be done, and it's just a change of pace? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Look forward to the new videos coming out, as well as the new updated quality of the videos. Hope to see you guys on stream. Longest outro ever. I think that's gonna be a thing from now on, because I do have the longest outros ever. Take it easy, guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, wonderful rest of your week, depending on when you are watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys all in the next video. Take care, guys, and have a wonderful day.